4 incredible tomatoes, really bred for flavor, and they're organic. Okay, here's something I grow in my garden every year. In fact, I think I got them from Cottage Farms a couple of years ago. They are very, very reliable and some of my favorite plants ever, the allium. We are going to send you 3 alliums for 3 easy payments of $833. Now, there are different types of allium, and I grow them all, I feel like, but this is not the allium that you plant as a bulb in the fall and then it comes up with one big flower and then dies. This is a plant, and each plant gets many, many, many ping-pong-sized balls of purple flowers. They are going to bloom after the bulb allium are done.
That's
so
right.
I like both. I'm crazy for.
I have them planted together.
Yeah. Oh, that's actually a great idea. So this is the Millenium Allium, brand new today. Katie Dubow is here with us. She is a plant expert. She actually writes trend books on what's happening in the world of gardening every year. So not only are these plants amazing in that they bloom for a long time. You know, I love these so much.
Yes.
But I like them because they bloom for a long time. They bloom after the bulbs, and they're so easy to grow.
So
in fact, the ones I've planted in the past already, and it's only April, I don't have buds yet, but the plants themselves are already about this big.
Yes. Yeah, this like leathery, strappy foliage is coming up now, which in my garden, the only other things coming up in some of those areas are weeds. So this blocks out those spaces where you don't want the weeds, you don't want those kinds of things growing, so these come up now. As I said, I do actually have these planted with my fall bulb allium, and we had that super blue lavender earlier. I have these planted alternating. I have a lavender and then the allium, because the lavender, the super blue only gets to be about 12 inches. They both like full sun, the same kind of conditions. These get to be about 18 inches. It is the perfect combination, these purple colors. These flowers are so unusual that pop up on the top about midsummer, of course, depending on where you live, and they'll be blooming, unlike your fall bulb, all the way through till the end of fall.
For what seems like forever. Okay, so we are slammed on the phone lines. I am so happy that you want this plant too, but if you are waiting on the phone lines and it's inconvenient, I'm gonna urge you, oh, that's how they look in my garden. So it makes me so happy, I can't wait. I'm gonna urge you to go to QVC.com. If you have your mobile app, order that way, but please don't wait. Lots of people are ordering more than one. And yes, they are a full sun plant. And Katie, you do not have to agree with me, but I will tell you, as someone who has planted these for years, and they're perennial, they keep coming up. I have some areas that get a little part shade in the afternoon, and they are still fabulous.
For sure. I think about 4 hours.
Yeah.
And I get dappled sun in a lot of those areas.
Because I have them in an area where I have a big tree, so they get some sun part of the day, but it's not all day sun, and they look like this.
And I think it's cool how we show them in both. You can do them here, maybe this is, it's a set of 3. So this is a clump of 3 plants. But you can also plant them in a border. There are so many different uses for these. Here, that might be 6 plants, but you see how they make this just wall of these ping pong flowers on sturdy stems. They make excellent cut flowers. So you can cut them and you can dry them, and they'll be long-lived as dried flowers in your indoors.
The butterflies love them. All the pollinators. So as we talk about pollinator gardens and taking care of all of our little hummingbirds and butterflies and honeybees, like they all love these.
They do, but you know who doesn't?
Deer.
Deer, because
which is why
the
I
allium,
planted them in mass.
Yes, they are part of the onion family. So the leaves, they have a little bit of a scent. It's not something that's going to be offensive to you, but no deer, no rabbits, no problems here. And that, I think, is a big winner for these, because deer can often be a huge issue.
So, you know, you don't smell onion when you plant these.
No, not at all.
But they do have a taste that deer don't like, and I have 11 deer that live in my backyard. No, that's true. And they had, a couple of the mommies had babies. At least one of the moms had twins this year. I mean,
it's just like, where we live.
We really, it's been an issue. So, actually had twins last year, because now they're like teenage deer in my backyard.
Get out of the house.
So I have fought so hard to try and keep my plants from being eaten by deer, and I finally am at the point where I'm just planting plants that are deer resistant. These have been the plants. They'll eat my hosta down to the ground. I have never had a deer eat my Millenium Allium.
Nope.
Ever, ever,
Yes,
ever.
no.
Over 600 sets now ordered, 3 easy payments of $8.33. Show me how they come.
Yeah,
Those
so
are nice looking.
we're shipping you bare root, which means it's easier for you to plant. Rather than planting something this big, it's going to be a lot easier for you to plant this. You get 3 different clumps, and I just also want to let you know, these clumps are really easy to divide, so if you're thinking about maybe you want 6 plants, you can actually divide these before you plant them.
Oh,
so
that's cool.
I would say go ahead and make a couple plants now because it will stretch and they grow so fast. These are such fast growers.
Yeah,
and
flowers the first season.
Flowers the first season. So don't plant them, when you plant them, just bury the roots, leave some green sticking up above the ground.
You're going to love them. Tell me about the Cottage Farms guarantee.
I'd love to. Well, we bring you easy plants first, but then we also guarantee them. So we want to make sure that you're happy. So these perennials and our lavender that we had earlier are guaranteed for an entire year. Please do get in touch with us if for any reason you're dissatisfied.
Thanks, Katie.
Thank you.
I love them so much. Our Today Only by Philip Watson. Price goes up at the end of the day. 3,600 have been ordered just in this show. It is the tray, the cut and plant succulent tiles. They are fabulous. Okay, now, let's talk petunias, but not the petunias you grew up with, not the petunias that are down at the flower center or big box